Hey guys, and welcome to our review for The Cloverfield Paradox. Directed by Julius Ona, starring Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
Sure.
That's a tough name.
Perfect.
David Oyelowo.
Oh,
Daniel Bruhl.
Ooh.
Chris O'Dowd.
There we go.
Zhang Ziyi.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah, that's easy.
John Ortiz. And Axel Henny. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick.
Space Station.
This guy's in.
Space.
The final frontier.
Tyler Spitolsky.
Hey guys, I'm
and,
back.
no, you don't get anything to say.
Oh, okay.
And Adam
Hi.
Craney.
Yep.
I'm glad you can make it.
Good.
Paradox. Get ready.
Tim,
Oh.
can you give a synopsis of the Cloverfield Paradox for the viewers?
Timopsis coming at you.
Yeah, I'm listening.
When a space station's attempt to harness endless energy for Earth causes an unexpected effect, the crew find themselves battling with a bizarre series of events.
That's an understatement. Bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Now, this movie in itself is a very interesting
Yes.
case study
Yes.
for how to release a film.
Yeah.
Oh.
During the Super Bowl, they released a teaser available on Netflix tonight.
Yeah.
And I watched it that night. Then you guys
So
watched
did
it?
a lot of people.
Yeah.
I did not. I watched a couple days later.
I watched it last night.
Let me just say, I saw it before any Rotten Tomato score appeared.
Oh.
It's getting shredded.
I don't like this movie. It's not good.
19% Rotten Tomatoes.
19?
It's higher than I thought.
I thought it was 16.
I thought it was like 13.
Wow. Okay.
When I checked, I saw it first, then checked the reviews.
I was going in with knowing obviously nothing.
Literally nothing.
Literally nothing.
Not even that this movie was done.
Not even a whisper.
And to me, I can tell right away that the Cloverfield part was completely shoehorned. No, you don't say.
I did read a bit of trivia that infuriated me before this, and it was that.
What?
Was it about the Michael scenes being added in?
Yes.
Yeah.
It just was
Like
confirming what
The
I
boyfriend
suspected.
designer.
Because when you
Oh,
step
okay.
back and you look at this film, and you sort of, you could change the name. Okay, the station's not called Cloverfield Station anymore, and you cut out all the Michael scenes, and you cut out the end, and it could have nothing to do with that. And you can tell it was written. It wasn't written with no, intention of being any part of the Cloverfield universe.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams read the script, liked it, and wasn't sure how
Well,
it was going to fit in.
here's the thing. You can argue that the other movies also had nothing. Like the first one, that's not arguable.
Second
But
one.
the second one really had nothing to do with Cloverfield.
Exact
either.
same process, yeah.
Yeah. So
Written
like,
with no intention
yeah.
to have anything to do with Cloverfield.
So
And then
it's-
shoehorned at the end.
Yeah.
But
kinda the same deal.
that movie was done well, in my opinion.
Okay, so you
As
just like that movie more than this
Yeah.
one. Not that
This-
it had
this
anything
New
more.
war movie apparently also rumored to the fourth one.
Probably another shoehorned Cloverfield connection.
Bad Robot. Make movies and turn them into Cloverfield movies after.
I just think if you
Turn
forget
the
about the
Cloverfield
Cloverfield
post.
aspect, right, I'm looking at the movie objectively, like, it's just not that great. It's just kind of boring to me. I mean, the acting is fine. I think everyone's great. Mbatha-Raw's great. She's pretty great in her role. She's sort of the main character.
Mm-hmm.
David Oyelowo does an American accent. Is he British though?
I'm pretty sure he's British, yeah.
His voice was different than what I'm used to
Yeah.
hearing him say.
I think he was doing an accent.
And I really like Daniel Bruhl, sort of this not sure if he's bad kind of guy. And Chris O'Dowd was, some good comedy relief.
I love Chris O'Dowd.
He's great.
Oh.
But yeah, I just think overall, I sort of compare it to Life,
Oof.
that movie that came out last year.
Right.
It did feel like with Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
It felt kind of lifey.
And did we even like Life?
It's fine.
It felt like
I think Life's better than this.
Life. We'll get into it.
Life is like this without the Cloverfield.
There's
I don't
just
know if that's good or
more.
bad.
There's more stakes. Like with this,
I don't even know what that means.
it's hard to talk about it without spoiling.
Yeah.
Certain plot points.
Most plot points actually.
The plot. And
A lot.
Yeah,
Like
there's not much you can't say at all.
the first basic thing that happens is like a spoiler, I suppose. Yeah, I'll let you guys talk. If Adam, let's start with you. Let's go over to the far side there.
I watched this movie, loved the first Cloverfield, like 10 Cloverfield Lane. Even that was a nice surprise, like release and everything. This trumps it. Probably the greatest marketing stunt of all time for a movie.
For sure. Guess what? It's done.
Yeah, I was glamored by all of that.
Super Bowl mic drop.
Loved the experience of like rushing and watching it. I don't feel like I didn't even watch it. I have nothing to say, and I don't know what happened in this movie. It was I didn't think it was like dog shit, but I just thought it was very mediocre.
Boring. Like, it's just not
Like,
much
take a
there.
typical space thriller. That's what this is.
People make stupid decisions too. I don't know.
It's got a bit of Prometheus syndrome, where like these greatest minds on Earth are just like apparently oblivious to like logic. It had some cool stuff in there, like the particle accelerator. I love that. I'm just fascinated by that in general.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And like I like some of the ideas. The girl getting fused into the wall was like just visually cool. And I like the suspense of the story, not knowing like I'm huge on like the J.J. Abrams mystery box. Like I love not knowing where a story's going. But
That was big about this because you had literally no idea what you're getting yourself into.
yeah, so like I say, I enjoyed that aspect of it, but the movie itself like wasn't great, nor was it terrible. I just thought it was completely mediocre. Good performances, like the actors. Some of the writing was cringe. Like they were like fitting generic space movie characters, like people just being like, "Oh no, it's like the Earth's gone missing," like just like cringe. And
the cringe exposition too.
I'm starting to hate this like shoehorn in the Cloverfield stuff. It slaps you in the face every time there's like a Cloverfield reference.
Because even the way they sold it during the teaser was like, it connects everything. It explains why. And
Well, it kind of
doesn't.
It kind of might though. Like
bookend
the way
it.
I'm thinking about it, like the way
You could explain it away. Sure.
I'll get into it when we get into spoilers.
Go
'Cause I
ahead.
think I might have the connection for it. It takes someone with just a messed up mind. I think that they might have that connection there. I liked this movie. I thought this was I enjoyed it. I don't know what the
Right
fuck.
on, dude.
I thought it was all right.
Probably the first person I've heard.
Like 19. That's insane.
The 19%.
Like I expected, like you guys to be like, yeah, it was good. It wasn't the best one, but it was good. You guys fucking not giving it positive talk. Like,
Hey, I didn't hate it.
glowing praise. I thought it was pretty good. There was certain parts where I thought it was a little predictable. Certain parts, I was like, okay, so that's gonna happen. Oh, it did. Okay, there it goes. But it was fun though. It was kind of fun to see how it was gonna play out. Chris O'Dowd to me was just hilarious. Like there's certain things that happen with Chris O'Dowd's, we'll say appendages, and
appendage.
It's fucking hilarious. Like, oh, like just like the things that he says about it, like just so funny to me. Like it was kind of cringy because like it didn't seem like it fit in this movie.
Yeah.
Like what they were like, what like this was part like because this didn't feel like it was part of the rest of the
I
series.
thought it was cringe.
I thought it was just great though. Like, what do you mean? Like he just like yells. Like that was to me that was very funny. Fuck you guys.
Love
In the moment, it was hilarious. Fuck
Love
you
it,
guys.
Love
You
it.
ever heard of Earth? Blue, angry people walking around. I was like, oh my god.
It's my fucking... No, this is good. Okay. I liked it, though. But, like, in the end, though, I think I understand what they're trying to make it work. I didn't like seeing the very end, though.
Ooh,
to me,
terrible.
We're gonna get to that.
That seemed
We're gonna
very
get to
bad,
Kill me.
very unfinished. I'm also, like, I wish that they hadn't done that. I wish that they, like, it was still just a mystery. Because, like, they haven't shown
Cool.
that
They
part
didn't have
yet.
to do that.
They didn't. Like, they could have shown, like,
Well,
a piece of
Would
something.
you know?
And that would have been okay. But they showed like a whole not okay.
You're stupid, so you
Well,
audience members are stupid,
Yeah.
apparently. So
like show like
Even
something.
in
Show
previous
like
scenes,
you have to be beat
Yeah.
over
they
the
do
head.
show certain shadows and stuff.
Not good enough.
Yeah.
You're too stupid. We have to beat you. over the
Yeah.
head.
so I
So
felt
you
like
liked it? You had a good time? You had
I
fun?
did. Like I didn't love it.
Great.
Like I didn't love it. I never said love. You
So
fuck
you
off
loved
with that.
it, bud.
No. One more time. It's a 5-bang. What the fuck are we talking about? Let's get real here.
Oh, well, Tim's going to 5-bang it.
Yeah, here we go, Tim. It was comedy, right?
Cloverfield in space and Tim not
Go.
5-banging
Tim,
it.
What do you think?
Go.
Did not enjoy this movie.
Fuck you.
Well,
In space, though.
My love of space stations can only go so far.
okay. Pandorum, excellent.
Pandorum's great. Yeah, the acting's good for the most part.
Writing's like Chris O'Dowd.
Writing not great.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
Yeah, some of the delivery, because the script is so bad, makes the acting seem not as great as it
So
probably
you
could be.
didn't
There's some really good
Chris
moments.
O'Dowd.
What he said.
I thought Elizabeth Debicki was great.
Mm.
She's good.
She's very good in it.
I like it.
Did you like the end?
No,
Okay.
did not like the end.
4 for 4.
I thought they were gonna go with something
Mm-hmm.
that seemed like the
How could
obvious
you
way
not?
to connect it.
I was
and
like,
they
perfect.
did not do that thing,
Oh, I'm interested.
and then
What
just
you
raise more questions, and I'm very confused.
Did they not?
Genius.
No, they didn't.
Fucking brilliant.
And then like
We'll get into
we get into spoilers because I'm like 10 Cloverfield Lane. Like they started this Cloverfield series. I guess they started with the second one like 2 years ago. I'm like, oh, it's just like they're like genre picks, but with like a little alien twist here and there or something like that. And then now they're trying to like make it like a big shared universe. I'm like, it doesn't make sense because the second one like doesn't fit
Was that not
in.
the
None
plan?
of them fit. None of them
They
fit.
do not fit together.
Oh, I thought that's what the plan was the whole time. Like they were just gonna like make like different people's stories, like all revolving around the same incident happening.
But the
Yeah.
incident at the end of
But it's all.
Cloverfield 10 Cloverfield Lane is like vastly different than like
Yeah.
the first movie.
It's like they're saying, yeah, they're connected, right, guys? Yeah, they're totally all connected.
They all have Cloverfield
But then when
in
you
it.
look at it, you're like,
No.
there's
Hang
no
on.
connection here. I don't see what you're.
don't,
What do you? I hear what you're saying. I don't see what you're describing.
Yeah.
That is what it was like, yes.
Let's give our ratings, and then we can discuss in more spoilery terms this film because it's really hard to talk about specifics. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna say. Light 2. Is that high? I don't know.
Is that high?
Tim?
I'm gonna go 2. I think
2 banger, eh?
2.
Ty?
Below average.
I don't even want to say mine.
It's a
4.
4?
You liked it.
No, I was gonna say heavy 3.
Oh, that's fine.
Is
I mean,
it?
It's not fine, but it's your opinion.
To each their own.
Adam, give it a 2
All
as well.
maybe is subjective.
Heavy 2?
I went heavy 3.
I gotta go heavy 2.
Oh my god.
Heavy 2. 2.5 on my
I
box.
don't belong
Like you described.
here.
Right down the middle.
Right here.
Great job, guys. Keep them coming.
Well,
Progressively
spoiler
worse.
warning, if you haven't seen the Cloverfield Paradox, we will be
I'm
discussing
gonna get a
it.
spoiler button where you just press
spoilers.
spoilers, like, and then we just start talking.
No.
You kind of
No?
just did.
That was little J. Jonah Jameson right there.
Spoilers.
You're fired.
You're fired. Give me more pictures.
What are we diving
Okay,
into
These are
first?
so
spoiler.
Okay.
This is
Obvious
so much
way
here.
that they would have connected it, because in the final moments of Cloverfield 1, there's like that Easter egg where they put in where the guy's on the Ferris wheel with his girlfriend.
Which-
you see like
Some crashes.
something crashes in the water. I'm like, oh, okay. The story's gonna explain that either like that's their escape pod landing or like something's been brought over from the alternate universe.
So it's number 3. Like it's their escape as their pod landing in the water.
It's not though,
How do you know this?
because when they go through the clouds, there's already a gigantic,
Yeah.
huge Cloverfield
It
monster.
would
pops
make
up.
sense if
The
there
legs
was no
could
giant
be
monster.
like. By the way, I think you guys are gonna like this. I'm getting the first Cloverfield mixed up with Contagion. I don't know why, but like to me, the movies are like.
They're so different.
I know, but I don't know why.
Not even close.
Anyways, I thought you guys would like that.
No.
I hate that.
I don't like that.
Oh well, I was joking.
But yes, it's not.
But like, what
Anyway.
if like it's still crashing in the water, but it's such a huge monster, the legs are just like so far apart that it's like still you don't even see them in the first one.
No.
What if it's flying and its legs are touching the ground and it's in the clouds?
These are all great theories, guys.
So you can still have the shuttle crash into the water, but the monster is just ahead, It's just like a head with little short legs and wings. It's possible.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
And like you would assume that the storyline with Michael that was added to hide
You're just getting mad.
takes place during Cloverfield, the first movie.
Yeah.
But they have like modern day like smartphones because the first one's from like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
They have like modern day smartphones.
Technology.
They have like they're talking about like power cells and like the world's having like a big energy crisis. And yet in the first movie they're kind of like partying up in New York City.
Like it's a normal day.
It almost
Like
seems
a
like
normal day.
number 3 is like in the future. Like it almost seems like it's like maybe
Yeah.
like 20 years later kind of thing.
Paradox?
Yeah.
You figured it out? That's it. That's how they connected.
No, it's in 2028.
Oh, okay.
That's confirmed.
Did it say that in the movie?
No,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Didn't notice that, but it makes sense.
That
Yeah, it's
never
clearly
mind.
in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it say in the first Cloverfield
So
what
it's a
year
5.
that is? Does it say like 2005 or
It
something?
says 2027.
No, yeah, it has a date on the camera. Right?
Yeah, it says 2008,
Whatever year it was.
7.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then apparently, the dude on the TV, the guy who wrote the Paradox book, whatever,
Oh,
is the brother of John Goodman's character. They have the same last
best
name.
character in the movie.
Yeah.
That's the connection.
That explains
That's
everything.
a stretch. Let's not even talk about the 10 Cloverfield Lane, and that has no connection whatsoever.
The girl, the reporter, apparently the same girl.
Yeah, the
She's,
girl like
beating
runs up
on
and is
the
like banging
thing.
on the door to get in. Is a reporter from.
From what exactly? 20 years before?
Yeah,
when
like
she
it's
died?
such a stretch. It doesn't matter.
Brilliant.
This is fucked.
But like I'm thinking these
Doesn't make any sense.
Brilliant.
fucking geniuses.
JJ, you're the man.
5s across the board.
Imagine they took away episode 9 after this, even though he like wasn't really well.
What if these monsters are from... No, just, hear me out.
Yes,
Hear me
yes.
out. What if these monsters are from the alternate universe when they did the flip?
Oh, they are.
Well, yeah, that would make
they're-
sense.
That's what they're implying.
Then there we go. So that makes that's how they connect it. Like,
But the
thi-
timelines do make zero sense.
okay,
though.
you gotta forget about. I've forgotten about timelines many times. You have to.
The
kind of
movie
do
is
that.
called Paradox.
Yeah. So everything that has happened is all because of this whole flux.
Let me put it this way. Like, imagine if it's sort of going on a little bit of a different thought on it.
Okay.
Imagine if the first Cloverfield movie and 10 Cloverfield Lane didn't happen,
Mhm.
and then you watch this movie
Mhm.
first.
Yeah.
Would any of it make sense?
No, you'd
at
be
the
very
end?
confused why
It
there's
wouldn't
a
make
gigantic
any
monster.
sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it. Like, there should be more explanation of how it physically connects. How, like, the two universes. How there's some rift somehow, and there's this other world. You know, like kind of like Pacific Rim. It's kind of like that, right?
Which
Basically.
you still have not watched, by the way.
But there's some connection in Pacific Rim where they go into the rift and all this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
But with this, it just doesn't make sense.
No, it makes no sense.
You know, it makes sense if there's, okay, you go from one, position of the space station and you switch to this other dimension where there's a second Earth, and that makes sense. You know, that in that world, that sort of situation makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, on this Earth, my kids are still alive, or that sort of situation. That's an interesting sort of sci-fi situation, right? But then somehow in getting these two universes, these two dimensions, there's giant monsters on Earth. But why? How?
Well, like you said, this.
There's no actual.
Well, if you think about it, John Goodman's brother's character, allegedly,
Yep.
explained that doing this could open up portals
Sure,
to
sure.
demons,
Yes.
to monsters.
Which is, just a great scene.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic.
Just-
perfectly put in there.
That explains everything.
just
As long
so
as
that,
Guys.
guys, we put it in the
If
movie.
this particle accelerator goes off, we get monsters from other dimensions in here.
Guys, we explained
so
it.
dumb!
Like we explained it perfectly. What are you guys missing about this?
That's
We had a whole scene about
They're
it.
like shit. It makes no sense. Let's put in a clunky exposition TV interview.
Hey, turn that interview off.
Heavy
Clunky.
3. Heavy 3. Very
Heavy
good.
3, guys.
Very good.
Five bang.
Liked it a lot.
It's brilliant. Come on, Chris O'Dowd was hilarious. Give me that.
He was.
What do you mean, arm? He's just like yelling at it.
He's cute. He's very cute.
And even a few of the characters didn't have to die. Like, there's no reason that really that you need to sacrifice yourself. Like David Oyelowo's character, Zhang Ziyi, like she probably didn't have to die.
To me, it was like
dumb.
it seemed like the universe was like almost correcting itself. Like that's what it felt like. There was like these people were already there, so like it was like a run of bad luck was like killing them all. Because like if you think about it,
got a lot out of this.
There was no reason the other people should have died. Like it didn't make sense.
Didn't make sense.
So like to me, it was like the universe correcting itself.
No.
I think like JJ would love this.
We should have lunch.
Your
Also,
defense.
maybe you guys could help me out.
He's like, this guy gets it.
What happened to Chris O'Dowd's character?
He got like swallowed up by that metal stuff.
Well, for some reason,
The
when
magnetic
they
stuff
did what they did,
Right.
just came up and like swallowed him. Like
yeah.
Right.
he got, I assume,
Like,
crushed to death.
why?
But after I watched the movie, I was like,
Ow.
wait, what happened? Whatever happened to Chris O'Dowd's character? Like, I totally blocked it out.
Because I don't understand why like all the magnets like went that way, and then all of a sudden like he flung the other way and like got eaten
Right.
by metal, which should have been going that way.
The metal wasn't going that way. It was like coming off the wall and like coming towards him.
Okay, so it was just like
But it was like sentient because it like grabbed his face.
yeah,
For whatever reason.
which didn't make any sense
Yeah,
to me.
this is,
Like, why did he
bizarre.
fling that way if everything's being flung that way, kind of deal?
You know why?
Why?
Because Netflix finessed us.
Oh, we got so finessed by this.
Also, the Volkov character, there
Yeah.
was some weird, unexplained things there. Like, why exactly did he die in this sort of weird alien way?
And why did the orb show up in his stomach?
Yeah,
Why
did
the
the
worms
gyro-
show up in his stomach?
Yeah.
Who knows,
Makes
man?
sense.
Again, like the universe just correcting itself.
Yeah, like the worms I thought would be like the infant version of the Cloverfield monster or something. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
And like one like gets on escape pod, like life. Pretty much the ending of life.
Pretty much life.
And then like wreaks havoc on Earth. That's where I thought it was gonna go. But no.
So, like life.
They just stomp on the worms and it's fine. Like I don't get it.
We don't know that one could have been in
It
there.
makes no sense.
Why?
Well, it's like there was a scene where Chris O'Dowd's like, "What happened to the worms? Like the worms are gone or something." I'm like, "It's okay. The worms are gonna come back in some stupid way, and they're inside Volkov somehow." Which somehow, like, why didn't he right away like die instantly? I don't know. He lived and he was like doing this weird thing.
Why were his eyes going all weird?
I don't know. I don't get it. That whole sequence is bizarre to me.
It was brilliant to me. Keeps you guessing.
Is there anything else you guys want to bring up?
No, I'm just gonna say I don't think this director this is his debut film,
Is
It's
it?
career ending.
so I think grand opening, grand closing.
Speak for yourself. This was
Yeah. Well, I
genius.
think that'll do it for our review of the Cloverfield Paradox. Don't check it out. Tim, where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpRealLates. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and on Instagram at TheCraftPundit.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at UpReal Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at UpRealTie.
You can find me on Twitter at
on there.
Frankie25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
I gotta be like
You
that.
can find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion about the Cloverfield Paradox. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, keep it real.